Le shebile Raising Babies 101. Se se latelang mo show ya rona gompieno. We take a closer look at surrogacy. We explore how it works and what the pros and cons are. Then we tackle some questions about pregnancy at an advanced maternal age. Khanti le re dula fatshe le Yummy Mummy wa rona Mpumi Mophatlane, aka Mrs. Mops. Tsotletse and more on Raising Babies 101. Yeah. Ke a le dumedisa kaofela ko gae lebitso la ka ke Carol Ofori le shebile Raising Babies 101, the Infants Edition. Surrogacy is a method of assisted reproduction where intended parents work with a gestational surrogate who will carry and care for their baby or babies until birth. Intended parents use surrogacy to start or grow their families when they can't do so on their own. According to the South African Surrogacy Group, surrogacy provides hope for those who have problems becoming pregnant or carrying to term. To give us these answers and more, please welcome in studio from the Surrogacy Advisory Group, Robin Friedman. Welcome, Robin. I must say surrogacy is a very, very important conversation to have with women coming out more and more to speak about difficulties falling pregnant. But in simple terms, how would you explain surrogacy?
Okay, thank you for having me on your show. So a surrogate mother comes into the picture where you have, for example, a heterosexual couple or a single mom in a situation where there is something wrong with her uterus, or in a case where she suffers from some kind of serious physical condition and she's not allowed to be pregnant. For example, we're dealing with a lot of women today who are suffering from lifestyle diseases such as cancer. We have many women who are on very serious medication which can cause congenital abnormalities. And then a surrogate mom comes into the picture to carry the baby for the parents.
What are the legalities around surrogacy?
Our laws are very well regulated in South Africa. In fact, if you look at South Africa compared to the surrogacy laws worldwide, South Africa is actually at the forefront on the legal aspects of surrogacy. There's got to be intensive evaluations done on parents just to make sure that they are fit and proper persons to accept the parenthood of the children. And how do we do that? Firstly, we've got to ensure that there's a valid medical reason which permits us an intended mother from embarking on the surrogacy process.
I know it's a very expensive process, is it not? What is the financial implications?
It is an expensive process. I always advise our clients to have at least 350,000 Rand available. They don't need it up front, but they would need it to see the entire process through. Sometimes they can get away with less. If we get our surrogate mom pregnant first time round, they may be lucky enough to spend about 240,000 Rand.
Wow.
So it's important to do your cost exercise and get quotations from the various fertility clinics up front.
Right. And of course, on the other end of it, the surrogates get paid for this process. Is money exchanged for them to carry a baby for somebody?
Well, I think our surrogates would wish that that would happen, but unfortunately it's highly illegal in our law, so much so that it's actually a criminal offence. So the only form of surrogacy that's allowed in South Africa is what we call altruistic surrogacy or charitable surrogacy. So where a surrogate mom comes forward with the goodness of her heart and she really desperately wants to help a couple. She loves being pregnant, but she doesn't want to have another baby of her own, and she really wants to help help parents become a family.
Wow. And then so do the parents to-be cover the costs of her doctor visits, or how would it work?
The parents will cover her medical screening costs, her psychological screening costs. She must also be verified in terms of police clearance checks on her, as well as the parents. And they are allowed to give her a small stipend per month only to purchase maternity clothing and vitamins and special nutritional requirements required for pregnancy, but it's a very small amount of money.
Okay.
And yes, they are responsible for all costs. Also her traveling to and from the fertility clinics, to the lawyer's office, to sign agreements, to the psychological screenings, and that's reimbursed on a pro rata basis.
Wow. So how does SAG fit into all of this? Because, I mean, your organization obviously does a lot.
So what we do is we offer online support, guidance, help. We try and source surrogate moms for our intended parents or parents free of charge. And we put the whole process together from beginning to end. And we hold our parents' hands, we hold the surrogate's hands, we jump in if there's any conflict between the parents and the surrogate mom to protect the relevant parties, working with the relevant professionals in place.
How exciting and interesting and also complicated because so many people are involved. It's the parents, it's the surrogate, lawyers, doctors, everyone to make sure that this beautiful family gets a beautiful baby at the end of all of it. Wow. Thank you so much for sitting down with us. We really do appreciate it.
It's my absolute pleasure.
I'm sure that this discussion gave us all some new insights on the process of surrogacy in South Africa. I truly hope that this has brought good news to you out there who have struggled to commence with your journey into parenthood. Morago ga dipapatso, we talk about advanced maternal pregnancies. That's all next. Raising Babies 101. Age affects the ability to conceive and have a healthy baby for both basadi le banna. For basadi, their chances of conceiving drops as they mature beyond their 30s as compared to when they are in their 20s and 30s. Musadi is born with all the eggs she is going to have in her lifetime. Her eggs age with her, decreasing in quality and quantity. Age is the single most important factor affecting a woman's fertility. To share their story is Sibongile Makwaiba, and to assist in answering this big dilemma is Dr. Uviwe Betse. Welcome to you both.
Thank you, Carol.
So, dumela Sibongile, anong ke tseba gore una le mathata o batla go botsa doctor about falling pregnant and being 40. Ke eng exactly big dilemma ya hao gompieno?
Umbuzo wami mna koqala kugqirha into yokubana I'm just above 40. And ke ngoku into endihluphayo into yokubana I was diagnosed with a hormonal imbalance, and being in that situation I've had cystis, I've had tuberplasty, I've had a fibrosis. Umbuzo wami ke ngoku kugqirha into yokubana after lonke olu hlinzo ndithe ndaba nalo, chances zam zinto kokubana ndikwazi uconceive zingakanani na?
Doctor, utlile potso ya gage o mo araba jwang?
Andimve kakuhle. Ndifuna umxelela nje uba likhona ithemba lona. Noba iminyaka seyiye yaphezulu wafika ku-40 ithemba likhona. So although siyazi uba xa ukhula amathuba anciphe nawo. So your chances are a bit slimmer kodwa likhona ithemba. So Una 40 and above, your chances is about 5% per month compared to under 30 is about 20%. So kufuneka ngoku umzimba wakho uncedise kwenze ba ukwazi ukwenza ba ufumanele lo mntana omfunayo. So you need to wenza izinto ba zikwazi ukuncedisa. For example, uye kugqirha phambi koba ube pregnant, ugqirha uzawuthi sawuthi ke thina sithathe history yakho ba unesigulo ezinjani onazo nento onazo, sikwenze ba ezo zigulo ezo zikwazi ukuncediswa phambi koba ukhulelwe. Zikhona nezinto ke esithi singakwazi ukuncedisa kuzo kuba nawe uthathe i-supplements njenge-folic acid njalo njalo. Ndibuyele phaa kule nto utshayo ukuba unento ezininzi ezenzekileyo. So siye sithi xa sikubona siye senze i-examinations boba umonakalo uphi, kuba umonakalo ungakuwe nakutata. So kufuneka nize nobabini notata because naye kungenzeka ingxaki phaa kuye, amajoni akhe akasekho right, because 40% of the problem is with the woman, 40% is with the man. So sometimes silibale uba ootata nabo banengxaki, sityhole umama yedwa. So kufuneka nize nobabini.
Ke itse gore ntwe A1 e batho ba itseng gore over 40, if ube pregnant over 40, chances ya gore ngwana gago abe le something like maybe Down syndrome for example ya go godimo. Ke nnete ntwe
ke nnete ntwe mara asi lebaka gore motho aska etsa jwalo ayongxaki inkulu kakhulu ba umuntu angante enze umntwana. Yona ikhona, for example xa umuntu above 40 i-chance yakhe uba umntwana wakhe abe akhubazeke is about 1%, 0.5 to 1% compared to 0.1. So lisekhona ithuba likhulu uba umntwana wakhe angaphuma right ephile kahle.
Advice ya gago for bo mme ko gae le bontate ko gae, because like re a bua gore sometimes phoso e ka mo siding ya mme, sometimes phoso e ka mo siding ya bontate. Ke eng advice ya hao ya batswadi ba batlang go ba le ngwana after 40?
Otata bona funeka nabo basincedise. Otata funeka bayeke ukuchaya nokusela ngalomzuzu bafuna umntana. Ba nabo batye kakuhle umzimba wabo, funeka i-lifestyle change, ba nabo babe kakuhle. Omama nabo funeka benze njalo. The greatest thing is ba umzimba wakho uncedise kuba kunzima ngoku, funeka uncedise umzimba wakho utye kakuhle, wenze izinto kakuhle, and then zikhona ke izinto esinokuncedisa ngazo. Xa uzamile kufuneka uye kugqirha kwangethuba, ungalindi kude inyanga zibe ninzi, uze kuthi kwangethuba sikwazi ukuba sibone ikhona indlela nasi bakuncedise ngamayeza. Kuthi njengoba uthe une-hormonal imbalance, akhona amayeza esinokwanika neepilisi zokwenza i-ovulation yenzeke kumuntu onga-ovulatiyo, iqanda elingaphumiyo. If kukho ingxaki neetube zakhona, iitube zingalungiswa okanye sikunike kwinto ekuthiwa yi-IVF xa iitube zingasasebenzi, apho khona sikuncedisa khona ngobuxhakaxhaka baselaboratory.
All right, so Dr. Arings Bongile, are you feeling your question has been answered? Are you feeling positive kataba enaya huba pregnant after 40?
I am, kuba nangoku ndiyavuya nobana umtho wambuza lo mbuzo ngoba bendisazibuza into kokubana izawucontrole kanjani le hormonal imbalance, njengoba sitsho ke into yobana zikhona ke izinto that like into ezifana namayeza ezinokunceda into kokubana icontrol.
Ngiyayithanda ke ithemba ikhona.
Likhona ithemba kakhulu futhi likhulu futhi.
Ngiyabonga. Thank you so much, Dr. Peasy and Sibongile. Ngiyabonga isikhathi sakho as well, sis.
Enkosi Carol.
It is far safer than before to give birth at a mature age without endangering mme kapo ngwana. Medical and technological advancements, including fertilization and egg donation that allows women to give birth, has gradually increased. Do not lose hope. Contact your medical specialist for assistance. Up next, we're decoding A to Z, and we're doing A for apnea. Apnea is a term used to describe the temporary absence of spontaneous breathing. The majority of apneas that occur in small premature infants are mixed apneas. Apnea that occur in larger premature infants and full-term infants tend to be central apneas. Infants with infant sleep apnea may need a machine to provide breathing support. They also may need treatment with medications. Both of these options tend to be short-term treatments. Infant sleep apnea tends to go away as the child grows and matures. Now for some great news for all of you at home. Okay, ponela a 200 Rand shopping voucher at an exclusive baby retailer. O batla go itse gore ka tshwara jwang voucher eo? Araba potso ena. Can a woman conceive at the age of 40? Bueno, araba true or false? Araba potso ena on our Facebook page, and mang, you could be a winner. Hareboa, we take a look at how easy peasy it is to do breathing exercises that you can use during labor. Don't go anywhere. And welcome back to Raising Babies 101. Sisela Telang will give you some tips on exercises you can do. How imile. Most exercises are safe to perform during pregnancy, as long as you exercise with caution and oskai overdua. Suitable activities during pregnancy are brisk walking, khoswima, indoor stationary cycling, prenatal yoga, and low-impact aerobics guided by a certified aerobics instructor. Khorebonsa the exercises, we have the wonderful Warda Hutley. Fabi Fit Mummies is where she's from. Hi, Warda.
Hi, thank you so much for having me, Carol.
Thank you so much. I'm a bit nervous. You know, exercise is one of those things, eh? But I know how impactful it is for moms to do it. It helps with being pregnant, lower back cramps, blah, 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 blah. It just makes life so much easier. So please, Warda, walk us through some of the wonderful things we can do at home.
So the most important thing that every mom should do before and after she gives birth, if she has a natural pregnancy or rather a normal one with no complications.
Right.
step number one, when you are pregnant and you want to exercise, get the go-ahead from your doctor. Once you get that go-ahead, he will tell you where your limits are. Like for me, for example, someone who does fitness and exercises regularly, when I was pregnant with my baby, I could continue with what I was doing before and just do it as far as I felt I was comfortable to go. Whereas if you're approaching exercise now, which a lot of moms do, you get pregnant and then you're like, oh my goodness, I want to be healthy, let me start exercising. That is where you need to tread really carefully, and as you rightfully said, do gentle exercises and take the guidance from your doctor, because he will know where you are in terms of your fitness level, because remember, your joints and everything's a lot more supple, and that's also why you need to be very careful as you approach it, because it's easier now to twist your ankle, to fall. Your center of gravity can be a little bit off because now you've got this weight in front of you. The most important thing I get all my preggy mommies to do is squats. Squats is going to make you pregnancy ready, it's going to make you labor ready.
Okay, let's do some squats.
Yes, it's going to make you ready to push that baby out. So what you're going to do is you're going to keep your legs hip distance apart, toes pointing out, and what you can either do is use a chair like this that's got handles and use it to help you up. So you stand up and you squeeze your glute muscles, and then you sit down again briefly and come back up. But if you are a little bit fitter, you feel you're a little bit stronger, and you don't need the chair, all you do is stand up, pull your belly button towards your spine, sit down. You also giving your body a maximum sort of challenge, and you're giving yourself a maximum burn as well.
I love it. We have wonderful things here. We've got the ball, we've got the floor. What's happening with these two?
So the ball is a nice thing also to, this is, believe it or not, this is the ball I actually used when I was in labor. It's a great way to also deal with labor pain. So when you have your contractions, bouncing on a ball feels amazing for those pains. So when the pain comes, just bounce. And it just takes away some of that pain. I don't know what it is about it. So the ball is amazing. Always separate your lower body exercises from your upper body exercises. So if you were doing the squats that we just did, there's some easy yoga techniques that you can implement into that as well. Into your exercises, and it's a simple square breath. So you take a comfortable seat, you can sit on a chair like this, or you can use a yoga mat. So all you're going to do is you're just going to take a nice wide seat. It's good to sit with your legs wide because it feels good when you have the baby and the bump in front of you. So you're going to sit wide, bum on your heels, your knees the width of your mat, and all you can do is you can just come into an open child's pose, they call it. So you just reach forward, and you can either put your head on the mat, or if your stomach's in the way, you can put a pillow here. Just support yourself in whatever way you feel comfortable, and all you do is you just breathe there. It's a beautiful pose just to stretch into that back area. It's a nice cooling posture for your parasympathetic nervous system, so it just calms your body down. And then all you're going to do is you're just going to take comfortable breaths. So a square breath would be, you're just going to take an equal breath in and an equal breath out. So it should be between 2 to 4 seconds each, but you do not hold your breath in. So when you're pregnant or you have high blood pressure or low blood pressure, you don't keep the oxygen in. You keep that breath nice and steady. And you just focus on that breath. And it's a beautiful calming mechanism. If you're also somebody that gets a lot of anxiety when you're in your pregnancy, that's great.
Wow, Warda, thank you so much. You've given us some nice options, and I love the fact that you've given us things that we can use at home if we can't get out to the shops to go and get some of the items you've got here. So thank you so much. I think you've made exercising while pregnant very easy peasy.
Awesome. Thank you. I'm so glad I could contribute to the conversation.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Warda. All right, so remember to practice these breathing exercises daily to ensure you know just what to do when the big day arrives. Our yummy mummy in studio today, Mpumi Mophatlane, aka Mrs. Mops, Remuitsi as businesswoman and of course reality star. Welcome, Mrs. Mops.
Thank you so much for having me.
Batong, we always see you on the reality TV show and life is fabulous. Say, oh man, you're a wife. How is your life being played out on TV affecting how you interact with your kids and your family? A lot of us like to be private, but of course your yours is all over the TV for us to watch.
Right, and it was like such a tough decision, to have my life out there and have my kids out there. But I'm so blessed because abantwana bami understand, and they know that, oh, okay, mommy is just, she's playing play on TV, but then she'll be with us ekhaya and come and cook supper for us. So yeah, they were okay with that.
Okay. Now earlier in the show, we like a surrogacy, and we surrogacy in South Africa. It's not like America where surrogate pathola tšhelete ngata.
Right.
Mona, it's actually people do it out of the goodness of their own heart. The thoughts are how around surrogacy?
You know what? I don't judge. You do what you need to do. If awukwazi ukuba nomntwana and khona umuntu ofuna ukuvolontera ukuthi abe, a carrier for your baby, then why not? I mean, it's such a precious gift that person is giving to you and your husband. So if you cannot, then I say go for it. No judgments here from Mrs. Mops.
Mrs. Mops. Another conversation in this episode, ke hoba pregnant over 40. For you, we could about pregnant over 40 for women.
Today's lifestyle is very busy. We are mothers, we are business women, we're wives, we're chauffeurs, we get an education, and sometimes you study for a longer period of time and you don't have the time to start a family. And if you have the chance to have a family at 40 or even 45 and your body is still healthy to do that, then why not? I'm so open-minded, I'm an open book, and yeah, I say that it's okay. Yeah.
So talk to us about parenting, because of course you're a very hands-on mom.
Yeah.
And you have so many businesses you do and you're a mom. How do you manage king advice on balancing a healthy life and business?
Oh wow, I would say try not to be a superwoman. Don't do it all, because we wing it as abantu besimama. You tend to find that you feel like guilty because you've gone like on a date night with your husband, ufonelu gogo every 2 seconds, gogo ninjani lapho ni right, are you safe? It's okay to have that little bit of mommy guilt. It's fine, but at the same time, it'll always be with you, but at the same time, try not to be a superwoman. We're all winging it in this life thing, in this mommy thing. And you know what? If things fall apart, they fall apart. And if they come together, they come together. At the end, it'll be okay.
It will be okay.
It'll be okay.
Mrs. Mops, really the show and shed a bit of light on your personal life as a mom on this wonderful show. All right, well, from Mrs. Mops, what a delicious, wonderful show. We had some exercises when you're pregnant, and of course the beautiful Mrs. Mops. For watching this episode today. For me, Carol Ofori, have a wonderful one. I'll catch you again next time. Goodbye.